Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.
El día de hoy en Rutas Alternas tenemos el enorme gusto de recibir a LP, que está trabajando en música nueva, está presentando nuevos sencillos. Ha tenido unos momentos muy interesantes en los momentos recientes de sus visitas a México y tenemos el gusto de conversar en esta videollamada. Hola, LP.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Bien. Muy bien.
Great. So you remember just a minute ago the festival you played here in Guadalajara when you come to Coordenada a few years ago. I guess that you had a blast, right?
I did. I had such a good time, man. And crowd was so sick, and I loved it. So
that year you also play in Vive Latino, and there was a great show too. Remember?
Yeah, I do. I remember that very well. It was like I don't know, that show was like kind of one of like, I'll never forget that show at Viva Latino. Like it was the energy was so insane. Like, I was actually worried that kids were gonna get hurt, because the whole crowd was like undulating and moving, and I was like, wow. And I don't know, it just felt really, really good. And obviously I could tell like there was something. It was kind of like, I had things like decent in Mexico, but then this was like another level, and it was such a beautiful experience. And it's like hard to believe that it happened at all. So it was fun.
Of course, because after that show, you return to the country more times. You have your own shows. You play in the festival here in Guadalajara. It's been a great connection with the Mexican audience.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's easy because they're just wonderful, and they, they're the way they kind of respond to the music is just so open and so beautiful, and so you have no choice but to reciprocate.
Yes, I think it was very cool in that show that all the audience were singing your songs, not only the singles, but all your songs, and it was amazing.
I know, that's wild too.
Yes.
I know. It's like I always be like I kind of want to explain that, to people sometimes, but like it feels like kind of like bragging, but I've never felt ever, like it's like, oh, it's just like, they just start singing it lost on you. I mean, I feel like they're singing the whole time, and then also lost on you. But so it's really cool, and it's like wild. I think people that, like even like business people that come to the show are like, really? Yes. Oh shit! I'm like,
I know.
Right.
A lot of press, a lot of people from the festival talk about that show, and I think it was pretty cool that you have that moment with your audience, because it's been bigger and bigger the amount of fans that you have in Mexico. Not only Mexico City, but Guadalajara, Monterrey, and other cities.
Yeah, so cool. Yeah, Monterrey is really cool too, but. I just like, I mean, I've had a love affair with Mexico before I even ever played a note in Mexico. I love it there. Like, I could like live there, and I have many, many friends there, and I have other interests there.
Oh, cool.
to be talked about at some point. But it's really nice.
So LP, you have been released a few singles these past months. Recently, you released One Last Time. How was the process of creating music during these pandemic times?
Just a lot of I find like, we talk about like, many people have asked me today in all these interviews about like, how do I like to be when I write, like whether happy or sad or whatever. And this whole, my experience with this thing, and I know people have had much worse experiences. That's why I'm so fucking lucky, and so I didn't like, I just kept to myself and just did my thing and worked on music and, stayed home or whatever, but I wasn't, no one dear to me died, thank God. And I didn't, it wasn't my time yet in this, so far to get like pushed like that. But, I feel like it did keep me in a constant state of, in between happy and sad, which I think is the sweet spot. And to have this, like, this moment of reflection where I feel like I had to, really think about things like One Last Time, that song really, I think it would might have ended up much different had this not happened. Like I feel like because of the state of the world and just witnessing, through social media and through the news about, the suffering of people and the separation of people, even families, even very like nuclear families, like, I mean, people saying goodbye to their loved ones over a FaceTime call, like, that kind of stuff, very deep, and in One Last Time, I think, writing the verses, I was affected by that, and just, going back through my own life and the death of my parents, the death of my friends, like that I've had, and just, that you never know what those last times are going to be, and if nothing else, remember them, honor them, cherish them, and all that stuff. So, I feel like writing wise, this the basic like feelings that I had over this pandemic have been like a bit of a channel, in some ways.
It's always hard to let go, right? In
Of
all
course.
ways.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like I think you stop grabbing onto like, the fight of like why the person's not there anymore, and then you can just turn to the times you did have with them and go, well, this is, someday I'm not going to be here, you know.
Yes.
So, we're just trying to like leave our you know, convey something like positive or something emotional, thought provoking out in the world, or in a person. I mean, my mother died young, but like she put so much great shit into me, and I get to like, and then it's I spun it out into the world. So her life was great in a way,
Yes, yes.
in some
It's
ways.
important to celebrate the life of the people that are no longer with us because it's one
Yeah,
way to keep them in touch with us.
yeah, yeah, and and you have to realize that you are important, like every single thing, just if you I have a song that's coming out on this record that I can't name or whatever, but it's kind of like, you know, the nature of people, just like even a smile or something like that. Like it sounds so simple and so silly, or but it could change the whole. It could change someone's day, someone's perspective, and then they go off and do another good thing. Like that whole pay it forward, pass it on. I mean
Yes.
that's real shit. And it may not seem significant, and it may seem like it's going at a glacial pace in your everyday life, but it all adds up, in my opinion. And that's not to say I go around being some angel, like do everything right all the time, but it's like, you know at the end of it, it's like when you go in your insights in Instagram. Let me put it into social media
Yeah.
for you on the Instagram insights, and you get like 10 people followed you, 10,000 people followed you, 7,000 people unfollowed you, 3,000 people followed you. That's the
Yeah.
positive thing. Hey, and you don't have to get mad at the 7,000 people that unfollowed you. It's like, bye.
I know,
you
I
know.
know.
There you go. There's your silly trite analogy for social media buffs.
This single, this song, One Last Time, is part of a new album. Are you planning to release something at the end of the year, an EP or a full album?
I am. Gilbert.
Okay,
I am gonna. I'm releasing the shit out some shit later on this year. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna hit like a freight train.
cool.
We'll see. I hope so. There's a lot of crazy stuff on this thing. I mean, I think but, you know, yeah, I don't know. Not crazy, but like, more of the same, more of me. Like, hey, you
Oh,
like me? Would you like some more of me?
yeah.
A lot more of me? There you go. That's you gonna get it, girl. That's what you're
Of
gonna
course.
get. Yeah.
And I know it's hard in these times, but do you have plans to play live again in the United States or here in Mexico?
I do, probably in Mexico, and I don't know when that's like, if that's like, gonna. I think it's gonna happen,
Great.
but I hope so, and but don't worry, as soon as we're able to do it, we're gonna do it. But I think something will happen this year. We'll see.
You have to
Right.
come as soon as possible because all your fans are telling all the time in the
You
radio
better
and
fucking
TV.
come.
Yes, because
Yeah, no, I
there's a
can't wait.
lot of expectation about your show.
Uh,
I've been
I
working on
can't wait.
radio like 25 years from now, and I can't remember an artist like you to have this kind of connection and explosion and really, really care about your fans and your fans caring about you. It was amazing.
That's so cool, man. I mean, I really do care, you know. I really do. Like, there's nothing I'd rather do than, perform for them and write for them. I mean, honestly, I put so much thought into this record that's coming out, you know, and it's just like it's just a get like I want I can't wait to give it to them. You know, it's like I really spent a lot of time picking it out. You know, I know, and then here you go for Christmas. You know, but yeah, it feels really good, and there's so many things I can't wait to share. So and and honestly, it's like I really keep them in mind, and I try to think about like what I like what I wish I would get from like an artist. Like my God, if like, and I'm not comparing myself to this person, but like like if Freddie Mercury came back from the dead, I'd be like and said I have a record for you, I'd be like, holy fucking fuck. Like, yes, sorry to curse, but yeah, wow, I'd like so because I'm a fan of his. I mean, so
Cool.
my fans feel like that about me, then I hope they love this record because I put a lot of work into it.
I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. Looking forward to listen your new songs. We have One Last Time on digital platforms. You have a video, a very cool video also in YouTube. Where did you make this video?
The One Last Time video?
Yes.
Oh, at this place called oh my God, what's it? The castle? Talaya. What's the name of the damn castle in Silver Lake? Huh?
The Parlamore. Parlamore?
No, Parlamore Estates. Was that Paramore?
Yeah.
Paramore.
Like the band. Yeah, Paramore Estates, and this place is nuts. Like, so this place was like owned, I think in like the 20s or 30s by this couple that were like very much like kind of like, well, not. They definitely weren't like me and Jamie couple, you know what I mean? Like the they probably couldn't even comprehend what was gonna happen there. It's like, wait a second, what's exactly going on here? But yeah, they were like, kind of F. Scott Zelda kind of vibe, and then they had this beautiful romance and all this stuff, and then she died in a car accident, like in real life on like Mulholland Drive, very like kind of like kind of like Hollywood kind of shit, but they they were like this like kind of like major couple, had all these parties there, and then this place became like a convent, which is like, wow, like talk about I can't comprehend. And then it became a girls' school, which, wow. And then now like a bunch of people, like there's a bunch of people that live in it and they rent it out and all this stuff. But like, it's had a journey, much like myself. And it was just like, I mean, there was so much vibe in this place, dude. Like it was just like you're like if you were like one of those people who gets I think my earphones are running out. If you were like one of those people that like gets like hit by like ghosts or something like that, you'd be like like it'd be like
cool.
It'd be like the end of like a mob movie or something like that with bullets. But like it was pretty intense, and beautiful, and had my friends there with me, we just like we like it was like a like method acting. We just went into this like kind of other realm, and it was super fun.
Absolutely, it's always important to have fun when you do some arts, right? Some music.
Yeah, I feel like everybody, when we were thinking we wanted to go, we were like trying to like our inspiration was like The Great Gatsby. Like we were trying to like go for like full escape on this shit. You know what I mean? Like we wanted just people to like, just have so much fun watching it, and I hope they did. I do. But yeah, it was like the director Steven Schoenfeld is he's like the I think the first director that is really such a fashion photographer. So and so it was such a great coupling of like him with Jamie being a model, and she's an actress as well, but started out modeling, and yeah, so it's really it's cool.
It's very cool video. We can watch it on YouTube. And looking forward to watch your new singles, your new full length, and to have you here in Mexico. LP, thank you so much for this chat with Rutas Alternas.
Muchas gracias.
Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.